right on the edge of like the absurd. I know people who have given up on playing guitar after 30 minutes because they weren't Slash already, and it's like, you're not going to be Slash in 30 minutes. In fact, you're never going to be the Slash. You're going to be yourself, and you're going to find your own groove and find your own path. You hear that? All the crackling? See? Just crackles. Driving me absolute crackers. We don't want to go too complicated and really lose the soul, so I need to re-record a little bit today because I got the lyrics wrong the last time I recorded them. So one is I accidentally said brutalate my heart instead of mutilate my heart. I don't even know if brutalate is an actual word. Well, let's get that done. Mutilate my heart and leave me in the cold. I think that's better. The way that I see it is that you can race as far as you can to the top of the mountain, but you're not going to enjoy the view if you've broken both your legs on the way up. And how do we avoid injuring ourselves like that? We train. We prepare our bodies and minds, and we train through regular disciplines, practice, habits, structures. And that way, when we're on our journey, our body and our mind is strong enough to take us where we want to go, but we also recognize that there is a value in every step of the way. I love writing metaphorical lyrics. I find it quite difficult to write lyrics when I'm actually going through something. I need to be on the other side of a situation, or at least healing a little bit already, to be able to write lyrics from an emotional space, from something that I've been through. And often I won't even know that I need to heal from something, and I'll be midway through writing something and I'll be like, oh my gosh, this is because of this situation, even though it wasn't inspired by that situation, and I had no idea that I needed to do extra healing on it or something, and the words will just flow and I'll be like, oh yeah, everything makes sense now. The trouble is, when you work with other people, you have to rely on other people to get things done, and you also have to rely on them to understand and appreciate your vision and the fact that this is like your little baby. And it's difficult. Anyone who's been in a band where the visions have collided will appreciate that. I tend to record with one ear of the headphone on, one ear of the headphone off, so I can hear myself, or like half off, so I can hear myself singing like out of my face as well as through the headphone, because I find that if I'm fully immersed, it's kind of weird. It's like singing with earplugs in. It's quite a difficult thing to do. I applaud other people that can do that. Oh, that's another thing I learned. I was messing around with these kind of chords. Just because it's fun. And then I realised that I'd worked out another song that I know, which was Myles Kennedy, Ides of March. Pretty much. This is just coming from my brain because my ears work faster than my theoretical knowledge. It's cute. Y'all being able to see the whole picture here, y'all. Lucky, lucky you. I think historically for myself, and a lot of people will know this, is I try to sing as low as I possibly can because somehow I think that's more rock and roll, or I have done in the past. And I've realised that that is just, it does me no favours, because I'm trying to like sing as low as possible, and it's not the best that my voice can do. I've been thinking about how can I keep things rock and roll without them being super low, like, because I love like baritone stuff and I love things in drop tunings, but I'm like, if my voice doesn't fit it, I need to figure out a way around it, whether it's like I sing higher, or I sing in the same key but I adapt the melodies, or I change the key and I have other elements in it that are more like classically rock and roll. I don't know why the key is such a big thing for me, but like I don't want all my songs to be in the same key because I think that's just too samey, especially if you're putting together like a project, like an album or something. If the whole album is in the same key from start to finish, it can feel really bland, and that's not what I want. Yeah, that sounded pretty neat to me. It must be the way I've tied it at the top. Come on, mate. Oh, I'm wrapping it around another string now. Not good. I'm gonna Google it also just to make sure I'm not doing anything stupid. That doesn't make any bloody sense. I don't know, this guy's confused me even more. While I continue questioning what I've been doing with my entire life, we should probably like chat about what the plan is going forward, right? So, le plan. So, okay, so this is another, okay, should probably let you in on this. I don't actually own any instruments. I'm gonna like explain another time because it's just it's too much. I just want to take this moment to say that whatever you love suits you. Whatever you're passionate about suits you, and you should never dull that for anyone. Having had a lot of experience within bands doesn't mean that I have everything in place to make this happen just like that because I've done it before, you know. It's different this time, and I'm coming at it from a different place, and as a woman who has had a couple of difficulties up until this point, you know, I'm coming at it with less reckless abandonment, which I'm so happy I came out with all my other projects because I learned so much through just going for it. I don't feel like that is something that is wise to continue with because I've learned a lot of lessons. I'm also in a different life place. I am one of these people that when I'm learning a new skill, I get kind of quite precious about it and I don't want anyone to hear it until I'm like good, which, I mean, you probably wouldn't tell given this channel and everything, but I'm trying to break out of it and just accept that perfection isn't really real. It's all subjective. I'm not in a dire financial position, but I don't have a budget for this, and I want to have a budget for this because having money is so advantageous when you're doing any kind of creative project. Money basically makes everything easier, in my opinion, because the lack of it can cause a lot of problems and stop you from building momentum. And it can hold you back from getting the vibe, the aesthetic, the professional sounds that you're after to create something that you're really proud of. And that is what is important to me at the end of the day, is about creating something that I'm really proud to put out into the world and that I love and I hope and think other people will love.